We're all here for the same essential reason. We might call it different things. One person might just be wanting to find peace, find calm. Somebody else might be looking for God, looking for something divine. Someone else might say, I don't care about God. I don't care about peace. I want to know the truth. I want to know not just the truth, I want to know the ultimate truth. And someone else says, I don't care about truth. To hell with your truth. I just want the suffering to stop. I just want the suffering to stop. So the teachings that are shared here will hopefully tick all those boxes. But in a way, it also ticks none of them, because what we're talking about is beyond the words. We might use fancy words like ultimate truth or God, or we might speak more plainly. I want to be happy. I want to find peace. I want the suffering to stop. Or we might be philosophical. I want to discover if there is an ego or not, or I want to discover something philosophically. But it's all the same. It's all the same thing. We're all looking for that same thing. Ultimate truth, happiness, God, wholeness, completeness. And we cannot stop looking for it until we find it. We cannot help but look for this unnameable thing. And the irony is what we are looking for is what we are. What we are looking for is what we already are, what already is. And it's the easiest thing to find, actually. I know it doesn't feel easy, but it's very easy in one way. Because it is what we are. It's so easy because all we have to do is give up what is not real. What could be easier than giving up that which is not real? It's not even real. It doesn't even exist. So it's easier to give up. All we've got to do is give up illusion. All we've got to do, this is phrasing the same thing slightly differently. See if you resonate. All we've got to do is not take ourselves to be something that we are not. And this is very easy. Why is it so easy? Because deep, deep, deep within us, not superficially, deep, deep, deep within us all, we know what we are already. And we know what we are not. We know we are not limited. We know this already. Not the body-mind knowing something, although it may register through the body-mind. But this knowledge is not of the body-mind. It's deeper. What you are is not limited. You know this. What you are does not suffer, has never suffered, will never suffer, is ever happy and peaceful, serene, beyond all conception. So this teaching is just pointing out something to you that you already know. It's a bit like perhaps reading something in a book and then or listening to somebody explain something to you. And as you read this thing in the book, or as somebody explains it to you, you realize, yes, that's right. I knew that already. Yes. You're right. I knew that. But you just put into words what I hadn't put into words. Yes. But what then happens? The mind, our friend, our friend, the mind. We love the mind, don't we? We love the mind. The mind comes back. Starts thinking about things. But what about this? What about that? This question, that doubt, another question. The intuitive knowledge we have is already whole. It's already whole and complete. It's not rational. It's not irrational either. But it's not rational, meaning you cannot derive it from other principles. It's not derived knowledge. It's not inferred knowledge. The knowledge is just whole, already spontaneously there, always. The knowledge of what we are and what we are not is the same as what we are. Well, let me say that again. Maybe what we are and the knowledge of what we are is one. That's it. It's the same thing. I'm sure there's a better way I could say that, but hey, that's the best I can do right now. Maybe someone listening can think of a better way of saying it than what I'm saying. So there's this problem, which is the mind. It's not really a problem. Not really a problem at all. But it can feel like a problem when we get seemingly entangled with it. So because this keeps on happening for most people, we need, the teachings say, I say, we need a practice. The practice is simply to be what you are. Not much of a practice, I know. No chakras, no 5-step program. No, you don't get a diploma or a certificate to say you've had some training with Tom Das and you're now trained up to teach the practice or anything. Sorry. Don't do any certificates. I'm still waiting for mine. Very simple practice. Not much of a practice, really. It's barely a practice. Barely a practice. It's to be what you are. Which means, what does it mean? It means not to take yourself to be something limited. Not to imagine that you are a name and a form, a limited thing. Not to stray away from your innate, intuitive knowing that is already vast and whole and complete. This knowledge that has been given to us is a blessing to us. Not to denigrate that knowledge. Not to denigrate ourselves. Not to demean ourselves or narrow ourselves. Not that we actually can do these things, but it seems that way. And not to take yourself to be something small. Or even something big. But not to take yourself to be anything with any kind of limitation or boundary. Now this knowledge that we are, let's just say that for now. The words are clumsy, but let's just say that for now. This knowledge that we are, it shines more brightly, seemingly, as the mind quietens. That's why one of the reasons why satsang can be so beneficial. It's one of the reasons why satsang, coming here to satsang, can be so beneficial. Because at satsang, and always actually, but at satsang there can be a sharing. We could say a transmission. Sorry to use dualistic words. A sharing, a transmission, or a resonance, or we could call it an energetic thing, where at satsang, this knowledge that is always totally available, totally available, more than available, it's everything, it's everything. This sense can come to the forefront. It can. This knowledge that you're beyond all limitation can seem much more obvious, much more palpable for many when they come to satsang. So I don't know if anyone has any questions today, but what we can do, we can just be still together for a bit first. And if anyone has any questions, we can go to them shortly. But let's knowingly abide in our truth. All is one. All is one. But we are not these limited things. What we are knows no limitation or suffering whatsoever. Have the courage, be brave, have the courage to be what you are, and not fall foul to the mind, which constantly belittles you. Yes, be what you are, be what you are.